The sun was rising over Ouagadougou, the capital of Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traoré had made a decision that would echo through African history. Today, the lavish office of the French mining company, Montagne d'Or, which had plundered the nation's gold for years, would be demolished. In its place, a hospital for the people would rise. This was not just the destruction of a building, it was the shattering of a colonial mindset. 3 days earlier, it all began during Traoré's visit to Koudougou village near Boulsa. An elderly woman clutched his hands, tears streaming down her face. "Mr. President, my son died in a mine accident," she sobbed. "The French work them 20 hours a day. When they fall ill, there's no hospital. We have no money." Traoré held her hands gently. "Tell me everything, Auntie. Tell me everything," she continued. "They've taken our gold for 20 years, made billions of dollars, but they haven't built a single school. The nearest hospital is 100 kilometers away. Our children die on the road." That night, Traoré couldn't sleep. He summoned Defense Minister General Bamba. "General, what do we know about Montagne d'Or?" Bamba presented the files. "Mr. President, they've been here since 1998, earning $2 billion annually, paying only 3% in taxes. They employ 1,500 workers, all below minimum wage." Traoré slammed the table. "For 25 years, they've stolen our people's gold and given nothing in return. General, this ends tomorrow. We're demolishing their building and building a hospital." Bamba hesitated. "Sir, France will lose it. There'll be a diplomatic crisis. They'll drag us to international court." Traoré stood, resolute. "Let them. We'll tell the world about 25 years of exploitation, about child laborers, dead miners, polluted rivers. Let the world hear." The next morning, Traoré met with his team, ministers of Interior, Health, Public Works, and the police chief. The plan was simple. Give the company 24 hours to evacuate, then demolition would begin at 10 a.m. Traoré's envoy, Colonel Kafando, arrived at Montagne d'Or's gleaming 10-story glass headquarters. Inside, panic reigned. French CEO Pierre Dubois was sweating, flanked by Africa Operations Manager Jean-Claude Marot and legal advisor Marie Leblanc, scrambling to gather files. Kafando read the decree. "The state of Burkina Faso has seized this building. Evacuate within 24 hours. All personnel must leave the country. Your mining license is revoked." Dubois shouted, "This is illegal. We have contracts. We've invested billions of euros. France won't stand for this." Kafando remained calm. "Mr. Dubois, you've enriched yourselves unlawfully for 25 years. The game is over. Leave, or we'll make you leave." Dubois grabbed his phone, calling Paris. "Get the Élysée Palace. Get the foreign minister. This is war," he yelled. Outside, hundreds gathered, miners, mothers who'd lost loved ones, children who'd toiled in the mines. They held banners. "We want our gold back. We want a hospital. We want justice." Traoré walked among them. People wept, embraced him. A miner said, "Mr. President, I've worked in those mines for 20 years. My lungs are ruined. I can't afford treatment. The French never saw us as human." Traoré took a microphone, his voice booming. "My brothers and sisters, today is historic. 25 years of exploitation end now. This building will fall and a hospital will rise. Your children will be treated for free." The crowd erupted. "Long live Traoré! Down with the colonizers!" Dubois watched from above, muttering, "This man's insane. He'll ruin us. We need orders from Paris, now." Paris responded swiftly. The French foreign minister appeared on television. "This is an unacceptable attack. French companies cannot be seized. We will pursue all legal avenues." But Traoré was undeterred. That evening, he made another announcement. "France threatens us, but we are not afraid. 25 years is enough. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., that building comes down." That night, Montagne d'Or was a frenzy. Trucks arrived, secret documents were carted away, computers dismantled, safes emptied. Dubois gazed at the building one last time. "They'll pay for this. Revenge," he hissed. Security Chief Philippe Durand spoke up. "Mr. Dubois, maybe they're right. In 25 years, we didn't even build a hospital." Dubois snapped, "Whose side are you on, Philippe? We came to make money, not give handouts." At 9 a.m., demolition crews arrived. The crowd cheered at the sight of bulldozers, excavators, and cranes. Tens of thousands had gathered, witnessing history. Traoré, wearing a hard hat and holding a megaphone, declared, "Today, we're not just demolishing a building, we're demolishing the colonial mindset. Today, Burkina Faso becomes truly independent." At 10 a.m., sharp, the first excavator struck. The glass structure shuddered. The crowd roared. Drums pounded. Songs rang out. With each blow, the building crumbled. 2 hours later, the 10-story tower was rubble. Traoré climbed the debris, speaking firmly. "This is how colonialism ends. Now we build." The hospital project was unveiled, a modern 200-bed facility with operating rooms, emergency services, and a maternity ward, all free. A miner hugged Traoré, sobbing. "Mr. President, my wife died of cancer. We couldn't afford treatment. If only this hospital had been here." Traoré touched his shoulder. "I'm sorry, brother, but from now on, no one will die for lack of money, I promise." France reacted harshly. Their ambassador was recalled, economic sanctions threatened, and a campaign against Burkina Faso launched in the EU. But something unexpected happened. Mali's leader, Ibrahim Traoré, voiced support. "Brother Traoré did the right thing. We're reviewing French companies too." Niger, Guinea, and Senegal sent messages of solidarity. The African Union stated, "Every nation has the right to control its resources. We stand with Burkina Faso." South Africa's leader called to congratulate Traoré. "Keep going. Africa needs leaders like you." Hospital construction began immediately. The people worked voluntarily. Women brought food. Youths carried mortar. Elders prayed. Traoré visited daily, hauling bricks, mixing cement. A worker said, "Mr. President, don't tire yourself, we've got this." Traoré smiled. "This hospital is ours. How can I not lay a single brick?" During construction, former miners arrived with gold dust. "Mr. President, we hid this in our pockets for years. Use it for the hospital." An elderly miner, Moussa Traoré, stepped forward. "I've worked in the mines for 30 years since I was 15. The French promised riches, but only they got rich. Now, at 70, I have hope." Traoré embraced him. "Uncle Moussa, you're this nation's hero. You'll get the best care, I promise." Moussa wept. "My dream was for my grandchildren to go to school. Now they do, and they'll be treated when sick. God bless you." The gold dust became the hospital's first donation, displayed like a relic. French media branded Traoré a dictator, the madman who drives away investment. But African media hailed him. Heroic leader, the people's man, true independence. At the UN, Traoré asked, "Is it fair that our gold builds hospitals and schools for others? What's independence without that?" The hospital was completed in 4 months, 2 months ahead of schedule, thanks to the people's effort. On opening day, 100,000 gathered. African leaders, global press, all watched. A French youth group, Justice for Africa, unfurled a banner. "Traoré is right. End colonialism." Traoré spoke. 6 months ago, a colonial building stood here. Now there's a place of healing. This is independence. But it's just the beginning. A little girl ran to Traoré. "Uncle President, my mom's sick. Will she get better?" Traoré lifted her, speaking into the microphone. "Yes, little one. Your mom will get better. All mothers will. I promise," the crowd wept. The image graced global headlines. Humanity's victory. The hospital sprang to life. Day 1, 100 patients arrived. Day 2, 200. Within a week, it was full. Traoré held an emergency meeting. We'll expand the hospital. No one will be turned away. Funding? From the gold mines, Traoré said. Now they serve the people. France tried sanctions, but China, Russia, and Turkey filled the gap. A year later, Dubois admitted, maybe Traoré was right. We paid too little tax, took too much profit. The confession shocked the world. Other African nations acted. Ghana, Tanzania, Zambia reviewed mining contracts, raised taxes, mandated social projects. The Traoré effect, wrote the Financial Times. 3 months after opening, the World Health Organization visited, declaring the hospital a model. This isn't just a hospital, it's a revolution, said WHO's doctor, Sarah Mitchell. Traoré smiled. Our secret is simple. Love the people, work for them, there's no other formula. In its second year, the hospital treated 10,000 patients, performed 1,000 surgeries, and welcomed 100 babies. Traoré met the elderly woman from Kédougou in the hospital garden. She'd brought her grandson for treatment. Mr. President, my son died, but my grandson will live. Thank you, Traoré kissed her hand. Mother, we've avenged your son. No child will die on the road now. That evening, on the hospital roof, Traoré gazed at the old mine pits, now flying Burkina Faso's flag. General Bomba said, France still threatens lawsuits. Traoré laughed. Let them. We'll sue too. About $50 billion in gold, dead workers, ruined nature. Let's see who's right. In his diary, he wrote, Today, I'm proud. We demolished a building but built 1,000 hopes. Let France rage. My people are smiling. Nothing else matters. 5 years later, the hospital had treated 1 million patients, performed 50,000 surgeries, and delivered 10,000 babies. Maternal mortality dropped 80%, child deaths nearly vanished. Moussa Traoré, now 75, volunteered at the hospital guiding patients. I'm not mining gold anymore, he told Traoré. I'm saving lives. Beside the hospital, a vocational school rose, training nurses and technicians. We're no longer dependent on foreigners, said the principal. Relations with France thawed. The new French government offered aid. Traoré declined. Thank you, but we need fair trade, not aid. Dubois' son arrived as a volunteer doctor. I want to right my father's wrongs, he said. Traoré welcomed him. The past is past. Let's build the future. The hospital thrived, birthing hope daily. Montagne d'Or's building was forgotten, but the hospital stood eternal in the people's hearts. This was Traoré's story, not destruction, but creation, not revenge, but justice, not the past, but the future. He built it, brick by brick, hope by hope, love by love. Traoré stood, holding a secret file. These are Montagne d'Or's real accounts, he told Bomba. A spy leaked them. They made $50 billion in 25 years, but reported $5 billion. The rest? Tax evasion, money laundering. They paid child workers $1 a day, saved $2 million yearly by skipping safety gear, hid accidents, listed dead workers as missing. Bomba was stunned. We'll win any case with this. Traoré nodded. Not just the case. We'll open Africa's eyes. The phone rang. The French ambassador requested an urgent meeting. Traoré laughed. Let him come. Let's hear him. The ambassador arrived, sweating. Mr. President, this misunderstanding can be fixed. The company offers 10 million euros for the hospital. Traoré stood. 10 million? They stole $50 billion. Tell them return it all or face court. Gunshots rang outside. The radio crackled. Mr. President, an armed group is at the palace. Traoré was calm. I expected this. Let the special forces handle it. These are pawns. The real players are elsewhere. Half an hour later, the group was captured, including Montagna Dior's private security team sent to stop the demolition. Traoré smiled. They're too late. The building's gone. Add this to their crimes. Attempted armed assault. Let France explain that. Today, the hospital hums with life. Hundreds arrive daily, hope in their eyes. We're not alone anymore, they say. Our state, our leader, is with us. This was the true revolution. Bloodless, weaponless, but powerful. Destroying was easy. Building was hard. Traoré did both. Young African leaders visit asking, how? His answer is simple. Love your people. Live for them. The rest follows.